Welcome to Colored Goose Diaries. As dis Sondag, né? Julle weet mos die einde van die week as 'n mens die mekaar. Okay, so I think we wanted to talk about why we kept our citizenship, right? Why we
Yes.
chose to keep our citizenship. Let me start with saying I never really ever thought that I would give up my South African. It was never a thought that crossed my mind, you know?
Yes.
So I've always just known that I was going to keep my South African citizenship.
Yeah.
And I belong to a lot of this groups on Facebook and that. And it's only when I started reading like messages on these groups that I realized that as 'n baie mense wat is dit nou wrywing? Wat
Ja.
vind met die idee om hulle Suid-Afrikaanse burgerskap te bly hou? Ek het net altyd gedink, ek is a happy-go-lucky South African guys. I absolutely love my country. I actually have a letter. So my kids write me letters. I don't know if you've watched one of my TikToks that where julle, ek gaan altyd off topic nou, Merel gaan nou weer oogie knip hier, laat ek maar bear with me. There's a point to my madness. So he wrote, I write my kids letters when it's their birthdays and they do the same for me. And one year he wrote me a letter, but it was just 10 things that I love about you, Mom. And the one thing, ek het nie nou dit ek moet gaan soek, but in een van dit sê, you love your country, you love your people. This is one thing that I love about you is that how much you love being South African, how much you are proud to be a colored South African. Not just South African, how proud you are of your people and your heritage and your culture. En dit het vir my so goed laat voel dat die kinders dit sien in my in, you know?
Yes.
So there's never been a doubt in my mind that I was gonna keep my South African citizenship. But also most of the countries that I lived in, they all accept dual citizenship. So
Yeah.
I was never really asked to give up my citizenship in order to become a citizen of another country. However, I have seen that there are some countries that don't accept dual
Yes.
citizens. Ja, so vir my, soos ek gaan sê weer, ek gaan nou weer herhaal dieselfde storie. Daar was nooit 'n twyfel nie. But when I did eventually start the process of another citizenship and then I had to fill in all the documentation, I really sat down and I thought about why I wanted to keep, because you guys, let me tell you this, when you are living abroad, it is so difficult to renew South African passport.
Oh my word.
It
Oh
is
my word.
one of the worst experiences. I've had to renew my boys' passports twice in the 10 years that we lived in the US. The first time it took a whole year, and then the second time it took over 9 months, which was actually great. But just the logistics and the getting to, because jy moet gaan tot daar, né? Ek het gery 18 ure om tot in Washington te kom. Is net 'n hele is
That is
you
true.
know, South Africa, you make it very difficult for us to keep our passports updated. And as a South African, if you do retain your South African citizenship, you can't come into the country with a different passport. Another reason why I kept mine is because of my children. So I'm sure you've heard me say my kids weren't born in South Africa, but you guys, there's going to be another episode. We will talk about another journey abroad.
Ek voel as ek my burgerskap opgee, dan gee ek op my land, ek gee op my mense, my kultuur. En alles, soos jy sê, nobody cares us like we do, right?
Yes, yeah.
As net soos ons as ek ons is sin vir humor.
Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started, you guys. Nee, ek het my niks sê nie, but
As like kyk jy sê nou sê ek mens hy shame man.
girl,
Hoekom sê jy dan nou shame? Ek bedoel dit as jy lelike ding sê ag shame man, hy's te oulikie.
en het jy nie jouself soms gevind lag alleen vir jou jokes nie?
all
And you
the
feel
time.
so bad because like you literally find it so funny. En ek het gedink, yo, and sometimes you can't just it's the changing of languages. Like you try to make a joke in English, but in your mind, as it in Afrikaans, is it so funny? But as it in Engels sê, dan realize joke met my, joh, hy was mos nou nie 'n joke nie. Kyk, en is nie net met mense van like vriende of so nie. As dit gebeur met my kinders ook. Nowadays, they've come to look at my facial expressions. They don't listen to my joke. And then when they see like my eyes light up en dan begin hulle al te lag al. Toe vang ek hulle uit. Ek sê, "Why are you laughing?" Want ek vertel toe iets wat niks sin maak nie. Hulle sê, "No, because you." Ek sê, "Julle lieg." But ja, you guys, ek het al gesien nou op soos ek sê ek behoort aan baie van die as mens nou oorsee gaan en join jy al die Facebook groups en in die begin you trying to find your tribe, your people, and the amount of people that struggle with keeping the South African citizenship and it's not just because of the fact that it's so difficult to renew the passport. Aside from that, and to be fair, when I read their reasons, some of it is really it makes sense. But for me, as an individual, for me as an individual, yeah, it just was never an option. But I have seen how our country has changed and how much the crime and everything else. So,
Yeah.
so other people don't really get it. I was one of those people that didn't get it. Like, why would people want to give up? It's your birthright, Aside from being a birthright, why everyone else is so proud of their countries? Why are we as South Africans not equally proud? And I've come to realize that everybody's reason is valid.
I have met people personally who, said that they would definitely never go back to South Africa. They don't want to be South Africa or retain their citizenship. Also understand and see their point of view. And then I know South Africa does have issues. There's crime and we have the load shedding and we have all these things. And people have various reasons for leaving. But for me personally, I just think, yes, we have all those issues. But are the issues big enough for me that I would totally give up my birthright and totally give up my citizenship? And I wanted my kids to have South African citizenship. So when they are 18 or 20 or whatever age, if they decide, actually, we don't want to have South African citizenship, then that's their decision. But for now, I want them to have that and I want them to have that option.
The thing is, you guys, if you haven't moved abroad or if you have, moenie alles glo wat jy op die nuus sien nie, né? Of wat jy op social media sien nie. Die lande daar buitekant, it's not all that the grass isn't always greener. Laat ek dit so sê. En die is iets look here, I'm not if you are thinking about whether or not to keep it, aside from the taking time to renew your passport, is 'n baie goeie paspoort om te hê. No matter where you go, South Africans, we are such a unique breed of people. And I'm talking about all South Africans. It doesn't matter what race or what ethnicity you are. We are so unique and we get each other. It doesn't matter where you go in the world. Ek kan 'n South African reik from a distance. So think mooi, especially if your reason is as die paspoort is niks weet nie of as jou rede is net dat jy het nie lus om die ander, dink oorweeg dit mooi. En especially as jy ek gaan nog vir julle my storie vertel. But you guys, ek sê vir julle, die groen mambatjie het letterlik my lewe gesave. Oorweeg mooi as julle, especially as julle in ander lande bly. If you can't, and that country doesn't allow dual citizenship, then yeah. But I mean, if it's just for specs en boontjies wat jy nou nie wil doen nie, don't do it, girl. Don't do it.
Ek weet sometimes op social media sien ons net die mooi dele. You know what I mean? Ons sien net die goeie dele van ander lande. En wanneer jy net die goeie dele en die goeie goed van ander lande sien, heighten dit die negatiewe en die goed wat miskien nie so mooi of so goed is van ons land nie, dan heighten dit. Ek moet eerlik wees nie. Verlede jaar toe ek Suid-Afrika toe gekom het, nee, vir my was die eerste keer in 6 jaar wat ek kon by die huis kom en in Suid-Afrika kon. En alles wat jy lees en sien en subconsciously kan ek eerlik wees en sê ja, dit het my geaffekteer because ek was so nervous die eerste paar dae in die land. En almal is soos sluit die deure, doen dit en dit sluit die deure is vir my.
Nee, yes, so true.
Jy doen dit gewoonlik, wherever jy gaan jou huis se deure sluit, jy gaan jou kar se deure sluit, you know? En nou ewe skielik as ek in Suid-Afrika en alles is nou ewe skielik so heightened en ek is nou ewe skielik so like op my nerve. It took me a few days to relax and chill and calm down en om te realize Merel, jy is mos hier van hierdie land man. Jy is mos tussen die mense en as iets gebeur het because maak nie saak waar jy in die wêreld is, beteken nie as ek nou hierso in die pad afloop dat ietsie kan gebeur met my nie.
Ja, exactly. Laat ek gou vir jou vertel, né? En mense, ek praat meeste van Amerika, omdat dis nou die laaste land wat ek in gebly het. So, wag. Toe ons net dan toe trek, so wat het gebeur? Ons het Desember gegaan, en onthou hulle skooljaar is moes soos julle sin. So, toe tyd ons nou in Amerika land, toe is hulle al klaar, halfpad deur hulle nuwe jaar. Toe moes Rafa nou, toe het Rafa ek moes nou grade 8 hier gedoen, want ons moes 3 jaar in Suid-Afrika. Toe het hy grade 8 hier gedoen, en toe ons nou daar kom, toe het hy net klaar gemaak. That first week, toe hy nou skool toe gaan, het hulle toe, wat is die ding sy naam? 'n school shooting. Ja, evens, ja. Kyk hier, meisie, ek is by die huis. Tyd het 'n homeschool, ek moes al klaar vir Enzo, nou.
Ja.
En nou ek sit die nuus aan en ek sien hulle sê possible weet jy wat 'n shooter by Baytown School. Nou gaan ek op die loop, ek sien dit's GCS en is die skool wat Rafa by gaan. Meisie, nou draai ek om die skool te bel, hulle antwoord die obviously Rafa het mos nou nie 'n foon, kan mos nou nie foon dinge is nie. En ek weet nie wat om te doen nie. Dan moet ek nog skool toe ry. Ek het nog nooit so iets, ek weet nie wat is die prosedure nie. Ek ken niemand daar nie. Ek het niemand om mee te praat of te bel of niksie. Ek dink nie, dan is ek gaan nou tot daar by die skool ry. Here, soos ek ry na die skool toe. Die skool is af van 'n highway. Jy kan al sien van die highway se kante af die helikopters en die
Oh my word.
Ja, my skat, kyk hier en die polisie ding is hulle het al sommer van die highway af uit hulle al die padpaaie toegemaak, also jy kan nie deur nie. Nou sit ek in die traffic want ek weet nou nie, ek het vir Enzo in die kar, hy's nog klein. Ek het gebid, ek het alles gedoen en niks 'n ding is nie en jy sien net en nou sit ek die radio station aan en al wat op die radio is country music. Ek dink wat is die informasie? Maar ek weet nou nie, ek lag maar nou. Nonetheless, luckily kom die polisieman toe by elke kar, nou so kyk wie is, hoekom is ons in die lyn? En ek sê te vir hom, ek is een van die ouers, my kind gaan daar skool. Hy sê, ma'am, ons kan niemand kan teëgaan nie. Daar is 'n possible, daar was nie geskietery nie, maar daar is 'n possible threat op die skool. Kinders is almal in hulle suppose, hulle sê mos hulle waar hulle moet gaan en hoe hulle moet hulle kyk, hierdie van kleins af leer hulle dit. Anyway, ek sê nou, kyk hier nou, hier's 'n probleem wat ek het, as ek de mekaar raak, ek kan nie Engels, my Engels is ek sê net maar wat nou hoe? Waar? En ek kyk die man. Hy lag, hy sê ma'am, calm down. There's not been any there's no shooting, nothing has happened. It's just a possible threat. So we're just following all of the prosedure wat hulle moet. Ek sê wat moet ek doen? Hy sê die beste ding wat ek kan doen is huis toe gaan. ek gaan toe huis toe. Is dit gevoel soos 'n hele dag, want dit was letterlik net 15 minute later. En toe bel die skool. In my first week and ek het nog nooit so iets teëgekom in Suid-Afrika nie. So crime is everywhere.
Elke land het sy eie issues. Elke land het sy eie kruis, nee.
Yes,
En ons kan nie, vir my is dit persoonlik, ek kan nie base op die net struggles, nou op die negatiewe fokus en dan sê altyd base on the negative. Nou gaan ek nou my citizenship opgee.
Ja. Ja.
Ek het nog gesê Easter weekend het ek so alleen gevoel. Dis nie alleen my hart hier, nee. En ek het nou so gereflect en toe besef ek, weet jy wat, nee, die feit dat ek het niks meer oor in Suid-Afrika nie. Ek het die broers en susters hier, my ouers is albei oorlede. So ek het nou niemand nie. My burgerskap in a way is al wat ek nog oor het van Suid-Afrika. As ek nou my burgerskap moet opgee, is dit nou alles van Suid-Afrika is dan nou, dan bestaan dit nie meer nie. Ek weet nie hoe om het te, it's like,
ek verstaan wat jy sê, my skat.
final piece of the puzzle.
You are holding on to that last, that is your last, it's the last thing that still, that makes, is nog al wat jy ooit van mamma en Dera en, dis wat hulle vir jou gegee het, no? You know?
Yes.
Ek verstaan exactly, die woorde, verlaat ook vir my, but I completely understand what you're saying.
Yes.
Soos ek sê, die gras is altyd groener aan die ander kantie. And yeah, why would you want to give up something unless you really don't have a choice, you know? You never know when, en julle, met al die as dit onrus, meisie, kom ek my Afrikaans, I'm telling you, met al die onrus wat gebeur reg oor die wêreld. Kyk, daar Portugal het daar nou nie ligte nie. Elektrisiteit, hulle maak so gat van ons. Ander lande, ek wil nie nou name noem nie, maar daar's baie onrus wat ons eens van weet nie, wat gebeur in ander lande.
Maar daai is goeie voorbeelde, want kyk, daar het Spanje ook nou sonder elektrisiteit gesit, nee. Belgium was ook sonder elektrisiteit.
Hierdie woord is 'n versekerheid. You are certain that you have somewhere to go to. You know? Meryl just mentioned now that she has no more family, like immediate family. But it doesn't matter that she doesn't have like a mom and dad or sister. South Africa will always be home because your people get you.
As enige iets gebeur, when push comes to shove, nee, jy het altyd 'n plekkie by die huis.
Kyk jy wat het gebeur in COVID ook? Almal die lande, mense kan nie getravel het nie, hulle het so gesê dat Africa is gonna have the worst dinge, die pandemie gaan vir Africa, especially South Africa, en dit gaan vir ons uitroei. Hoeveel mense?
Suid-Afrika het voor die UK het sy land, sy borders oopgemaak. Dus ons het letterlik deur 4 lockdowns gegaan. Suid-Afrika, as jy jou burgerskap behou, vir my is dit, as enigiets gebeur in daai land, nee, jy het 'n plekkie om na toe terug te keer. Ek sê altyd om huis te gaan is food for the soul.
Definitely.
Ek experience weer my mense, my culture, ek is mense wat vir my, weet jy wat, en ek voel wanneer ek in Suid-Afrika is, ek op my mees confidence, ek die meeste selfvertroue, want ek is nou tussen my mense, ek is my kultuur, ek weet my kos, you know, ek kan my jokies maak en ek kan praat en almal verstaan wat ek wil sê, ons verstaan mekaar, you know? Ons almal het ons eie redes vir hoekom ons burgerskap sal behou en vir hoekom ons dit opgee, maar hierdie soos jy gesê het, is ons persoonlike opinies, ons persoonlike views. So yeah.
I don't know how else to explain. And you know what? You will see a lot of South Africans, especially now that we're all on TikTok and there's this huge social media gathering. South Africans are so extremely proud to be from South Africa.
Yes. Regardless that you can see, regardless of where you come from, your background, when we stand together and we unite as a people, it is so magical. And that transcends literally all races, all
Oh,
ethnicities.
yes. Oh, definitely.
And suddenly we are like one people.
And I might just be biased, but I think we have the most beautiful anthem in the world.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter with what ear you're listening in. When I say with what ear, it doesn't matter what your home language is or what language you speak. But when you listen, when you, I mean, it draws you in, man. Daai begin,
Yes.
it just, the music, the sound, al verstaan jy nie wat hulle sê nie, it is iets wat van binne afkom en ek het nog nooit die anthem geluister sonder om te huil nie. For no
That's
reason. En
ek
ek
kan
kan
nie
gesien hoe Riley staan. En hy
yes.
verstaan nie wat is die begin, maar hy staan daar. Kyk jy, you can see the pride in that child when he's standing there for the rugby and OJ. Because
Absolutely.
you understand what you're singing. Hy verstaan nie. But
Oh,
it's just something.
yes. And you know, the beautiful thing for me is like, now you mentioned Riley, these boys of mine, every now and then you go into their rooms and they listen to the South African national anthem on YouTube without me telling them, without me prompting them. Wanneer ek in Suid-Afrika is ek 'n volgende Suid-Afrikaner.
Ja, ek onthou daai stukkie.
You know? En this is the beauty of it, like wanneer jy jou kinders oorsee groot maak en jy leer vir hulle van jou kultuur en jou mense en jou land, develop dit ook 'n passie en 'n liefde
Yes.
vir jou land en jou kinders. As ek goed maak my altyd emosie van hulle sal nie so voel oor ons land as iets wat ons in hulle geinstil het nie.
Yeah.
If I'm going to stand here and only talk negatively about South Africa, my children's feelings are going to be negative towards my country because that's what they are being exposed to, right? We had more positive and beautiful memories and beautiful things happen in our lives when we lived in a specific countries and just the negative.
And to whoever's watching, I just want to reiterate that don't think because we are always hou die blink aan bo dat die kinders weet van die negatief nie. What Meryl is also trying to get at is that you also have to choose when to have certain conversations with your children. Because there's the age where it just doesn't make sense to them, where they don't need to be exposed to this. You know, unfortunately in South Africa, our kids and us, we grew up here, we are so desensitized with certain things. We hear about verkrachting, gaan Afrikaans praat, nou, ek wil hê YouTube moet vir ons sê, wat gebeur het af in die pad, van 'n jong kind of 'n ou vrou, en ons sê net, hy shame, en die ding is was but that's how we go on about our day. That is not normal, guys. Iemand was geskiet, hy loop ons almal buitekant om die body te gaan kyk. That is not normal. Nowhere else in the world is that normal. Those children, they don't see things like that. They're not supposed to. Our children are exposed to so much here in South Africa. And so what we are saying is not that we are just bou die blink aan bo en vertel net vir hulle. Ek het my kinders vertel in stages. Dinge van my lewe. So my oudste seun word nou 25, so hy weet nou completely alles. Maar ek het dit vir hom van kleins af because ook as hulle vir hulle so jonk sulke horrifiese goed vertel, you are my ouma het altyd gesê moenie van jou hart 'n moordkuil maak nie. En ek wou nie van my kinders se hart 'n moordkuil maak nie, né?
Yes.
En so Enzo is nou hy leer ook maar nou nog sit en goed is. En dis waar Merel ook so sy sê nie nou net dat sy vertel net vir haar kinders van die Rosie stuffie. Haar kinders is nog jonk, soos William weet nou bietjie meer as wat Riley weet. Yes. And he'll get to that point where Riley will also learn a little bit more about mom's upbringing, the good and the bad. Yes, but right now, we want to, that's what Anyway, so you guys, thank you so much. Soos julle nou gesien het vandag, Merel het 'n hond uit 2 bosse uit gepraat. But we're glad that you joined us and we're excited to see you again on the next episode. And yeah, just have an amazing Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us. Kyk, my doekie was al skiefel, was al heel.
Ja,
Wag julle, ek wil net vir julle sê dis my ouma se doekie, né? En die was my ouma se ander voorskoot. So yeah, shout out to my
nee.
granny. But yes, you guys, thank you for joining us and we'll see you at the next episode. Peace out. Bye, Macy. Ek sien jou weer.
Bye.